Talking Gotham. 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 Talking Gotham.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome to episode 1 of Talking Gotham, and shout out to Dave for interpreting everything, for creating that intro for us. He really went above and beyond on that one. But we do appreciate that, and we do appreciate you all tuning in. If you're watching live, if you're watching the edited version, well, we appreciate you as well. Like I said, my name is Ryan Cam, joined as always by from 3D Movie Cinema. It is either Bane or Batman, depending on which side of the thing he's on.
Well, hey, what's up? I'm here to talk about Gothic stuff. Okay, I was at Hot Topic. I am broadcasting from Hot Topic and everything, and yeah, I just want to say it's really emo. I got Marilyn Manson music and got black fingernail paint on, and like I'm gonna get black lipstick on, and just really we're here to talk goth talk. Which, by the way, ironically, we were throwing out ideas for what to call the show. Goth talk was one idea. We both shot down. No, because people think it's like some kind of like we'd be like a Hot Topic oriented show.
It just sounds like a Hot Topic employee.
I floated the idea of calling the group chat the local goth chapter, but nobody liked it.
What is the group chat called again? I forget what it's called.
My Chemical Romance with Bat Nipples. But Matt Wyatt, how are you?
Doing good. Then it's very exciting to get into this new chapter for this new podcast. I mean, it sucks that Small Talk has ended because that was a great, fun journey to do this for the almost 2 years. But now, even though we talked about it for a while, that we wanted that we wanted to do Gotham rewatch podcast. Personally, I was never a fan of the show. I've only watched several episodes of the first season and I fell off a bit, and I didn't have any intention of continuing the show. But you guys wanted to do this, and I agreed to join and watch this all the way through, and hopefully I'll do my best to be a little bit more positive instead of negative.
Well, you know what, Matt? You know what I think about your opinion? Fuck, I don't have the control.
Oh, wait. I got you, fam. Hang on.
Who cares?
I am in control, not you. But anyway, as far as barometer for Gotham goes, I remember watching a good chunk of the first season and then falling off. So I'm in a similar boat as Matt. I know that this is like similar to Smallville in that it's the years before Bruce Wayne becomes Batman. And from every poster and piece of art that I've seen promotion-wise, it seems like it's got a heavy focus on Jim Gordon and the Gotham PD, which I think was a pretty wise choice, all things considered. Everybody loves a cop show, am I right?
Oh, like this show is very Batman Year One-ish. Like very much so, like in that idea, but without the Batman aspect.
But it's more of a proto Batman world where there's no Batman yet. I mean, the idea of what they wanted to do, they wanted to have the focus on Jim Gordon and deal with the corruption of the Gotham PD. That was a great idea. But then when you add Bruce Wayne into the mix, and not just there as a guest star, but more as a regular, so it became a little bit more of the version of Smallville.
Which, the funny part is the whole funny idea. Do you know why Smallville was created? Because the producers, not Al Miller and Goff, but the network executives at Warner Brothers wanted to make a young Batman show before he becomes Batman, because they're like, well, we want to make Batman. So then they're like, they couldn't just get a good idea out. So instead, someone said, what about Superman? And then that's when Smallville was created, because they're like, they just tried so hard. And then in 2014, they finally got their wish. It just took them so many years. It literally took them like what? They started.
This is in 2015. This was like 20 years ago when this pilot aired on Fox.
That idea.
Yeah.
It took them
better late than never. Another thing that I wanted to point out before we get started on this is that I've heard nothing but amazing things about the actor who plays Alfred. So much so he got his own spin-off.
Yeah, they did had a spinoff of the DC. I think can't remember which streaming service that started first because
It was
they
like
did the
Amazon.
younger Alfred Pennyworth spinoff show that only ran for like I believe like 2 or 3 seasons and they got canceled.
oh, here's a funny story. You know why? Do you know the actor that plays Alfred? His daddy played Alfred in Batman Adam West show.
I didn't know
Really?
that.
Wow.
And
Just
also you
playing a
got Ben
butler.
you know, oh, go on.
Playing a butler runs in the family, I guess.
But also, you got Ben McKenzie, who's playing Jim Gordon, which he was on another hit show that was on a cop show called Southland that he co-starred with Michael Coltons, who played Lex Luthor in the final season of Superman and Lois.
Wow, those connections are just crazy.
I know, that was insane. I mean, Michael Coltons, who played Lex Luthor, he only joined very late in the game when they ended the show of Superman and Lois so early on. So they had to give him the backstory of it in the final season as a regular and give them as much as they could. And I thought he really nailed the role.
I said it's crazy. It's crazy that it's crazy that this is something that happened. Like it's. I will say this though, like I do think it gets better as it goes on because I've seen the whole series because I'm a huge Batman fan, and I will say there are seasons where you're just like, oh my god. I would rather because this came out during the Arrowverse era, okay?
Yeah, this is in 2014. This is like a 11. Yeah, it's crazy that time flew by. It just felt like it came out yesterday, and I remember watching the full trailer before that pilot came on. It was a pilot of the trailer. To me, I wasn't so sure how I felt about it. The quality itself from the trailer, judging from that standpoint, felt like it could have been done as a web series fan film. It almost felt like that from the quality before they put it on Fox.
The behind the scenes, like they do, the producers were talking about this show. It made me excited, but then I will admit the trailer was not as popular. But then behind the scenes they had where they were talking about this world that's coming together and stuff, and it's like before the Riddler became the Riddler, before the Penguin became the Penguin. I thought that was a really cool idea. It's like, we're going to be introduced to villains that, these are like their origins.
Well, yeah, with Corey Michael Smith, who plays the Riddler in this show, like he played Chevy Chase in Saturday Night that came out last year, which I thought he fucking nailed the younger Chevy Chase. He was great.
He's rising up as an actor now. Like he
really is. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he's just in wasn't he in like this Max series or something?
I don't know.
I just saw him in something. That's like, yeah.
And you got Donald Lodge, who played Harvey Bullock, Jim Gordon's partner in the show. He was in. I remember him. He was in Blade. He was in the first Blade. He played one of the Deacon Frost's henchmen, and he was in that sitcom show called Grounded for Life, which I thought that show is fucking hilarious.
That's a funny show. That is a hilarious.
If you have not seen Grounded for Life, you should check it out. I mean, I don't know if you could be able to find it right now on streaming.
Isn't it on Vudu or something for free, like free ads?
Maybe. I mean, at first it was playing on Prime Video, and then it played on Peacock for a while, and then they took it off.
Well, and I also know that there's the Penguin in this show, and from what I understand, he does a great job. And also the Joker comes later in this show, which I mean, of course, but from what I have come to understand, this version of the Joker is actually pretty good. So
Cameron
there's a
Monaghan,
lot to look forward to with this. Yeah, Cameron.
You remember Cameron? Yeah, he was in Shameless. He played a Jedi Knight in the Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. And I remember him. He was in that one movie with Adam Sandler, Click, that played the next door neighbor bully. Remember that? I was like, this is the guy, and he actually rose up.
Wow.
Yep. He rose up when he got his hit name when he was on the dark comedy show on Showtime, Shameless.
Shameless, yeah.
Jeremy Allen White was on that show too.
He's really good.
He's an amazing actor.
All right. Well, we are doing this watch along style. We are watching season 1, episode 1, which is just simply called Pilot. So, Matt, I don't know if you have the synopsis ready or if you'd like to read it.
Oh, hold on a minute. We're gonna get to that.
Live TV is awesome.
I'll go for the short synopsis and not give away the whole damn episode because we're doing a watch party anyway.
Yeah.
I was not prepared because I didn't know we were going to have to read the synopsis.
I was too busy boggling their minds with all of the monsters Roger Corman came up with, which have more legitimacy than the booger monster the Fantastic Four are going to fight in a few months. But I digress.
Oh man, we're gonna have a long chat off camera. So speaking in with the pilot,
You could
everyone knows
suck
the name of a.
Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for the interruption, Jake. So this episode aired in 2014.
I had your
Everyone
back,
knows-
bro.
Yeah, again, you're interrupting again when I'm trying to read the goddamn synopsis, Jake. You should have mute his ass. Everyone knows the name of Commissioner Gordon, but what did he take for him to navigate the layers of corruption in Gotham City, the spawning ground of the world's most iconic villains? Gotham is the origin story of the great DC Comics supervillains and vigilantes, revealing an entirely new chapter that has never been told. Before there was Batman, there was Gotham. So this is basically just reading out the synopsis of the series.
Yeah. Well, good job on that one, Matt. But if you want to watch along with us, it is currently streaming on Max. If you have it on another digital platform, that's great too. If you have the DVDs, that's great too. So if you want to watch along with us, please feel free to do so. If you're watching the edited version, please leave a like, subscribe, do the thing. It's taking over Small Talk's old time slot of Tuesdays, so stay tuned for that. That date is not changing in the slightest. So that'll be up Tuesdays like normal. But if you're watching along now, we are about to get started. So if you guys are ready, I will count us down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There it is, Gotham City that looks like New York.
Well, not wasting time with Catwoman already.
I think the show was actually shot, like in New York City. I think this is one of the few shows that was
This
actually
definitely
shot in
felt
New
like
York
the
City.
set that they're shooting. It felt very like a CW level of quality, even though it was on a Fox TV, the Fox Network show.
I feel like that may have been the standard of the time.
Yeah, because this is around the time when the Arrowverse was still going on. This is like around when the Flash and Arrow was still going.
Slick with the moves, I like that. Though I would tuck the milk in a little deeper if I could. I mean, I'm just saying.
Dude, this actress is not like 26, and she was like 14 and 15 when they shot the pilot. Dude,
I
how
think
cannot
she was a
believe
dancer,
how time
like,
is
she was
flying
like one of
by.
those background dancers.
Yeah, she was supposed to be a background dancer too.
You
Before
know,
she
she reminded
acted.
me of that movie Splice that came out in 2010.
I have never seen the movie, but I've heard of it with Adrian
Mhm.
Brody.
She
Yeah.
kind of looked like the alien from Splice when I first saw her. I'm like, she looks like. I was like, was she in that? I had to Google when I first saw this. I'm like, was she in Splice?
I kind of did not like the whole part where she tries to witness the death of Bruce Wayne's family. I don't know how I felt about that whole connection thing. I mean, I understand it's an Elseworld story.
Not to mention, I'm sure thematically they're going to tie it all together.
Yeah.
I can neither confirm or deny what the Secretary of Agreed.
Well, it can't be anything Batman related without this popping up.
At least he doesn't try to punch the mugger like in Zack Snyder's movie.
And it's not in slow motion yet.
I legit thought he was going to shoot him for a second. And I was like, I could have swore when I first saw this that he actually did pull the trigger. And then like the gun was just empty. So then he just walks away. That's what I thought originally. I'm like,
It's like this cannot be a random thug. That had to be a fucking assassin or something.
by the way, you got a comment, Ryan.
The League of Shadows playing the long game this time around.
Are they the League of Shadows? Is that what's going to turn him into Batman?
I'm pretty sure they couldn't because the League of Shadows was on Arrow, so there would be.
I know. I was being facetious. I wasn't being.
I
serious
cannot
about
be
that.
confirmed or deny without the Secretary's approval.
First of all, there's an open cell in the middle of a fucking Gotham PD. I don't know if that would actually fly like that in real
That-
life, unless it's a small town, and that's different.
That would never fly. Especially especially
Hey, but it's Gotham.
men
They're on
and
a shitty budget. It's Gotham. It's a shitty city.
Yeah, it's
especially
like
separated by gender. Those cells. That's a move.
Yeah, they're all sharing the same cell. The guy's tweaking.
I do like that Gordon's like, it's okay, son.
Oh, Mr. Pills.
The guy,
nice
this
to meet
guy, this guy is fucking overacting when he's tweaking. He's such overacting.
If you squint, Donald Logan, this show kind of looks like Brendan Gleeson.
Not really. I don't think that's how it works. Unless he draws his weapon and open fires, then that's when you have to shoot him.
What's Gotham? Okay, there's literally like they're super.
They bend the but they're corruption. They bend the rules.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Batman Begins. Like, which I will say, unlike Arrow that uses Batman Begins as a template, this show does try to do something original idea. Like they take ideas from Batman Begins, but they don't base it around it. Like, okay, this is Batman Begins Jr. Like Arrow does. I like that they're actually trying something new. It's like they kind of like, we're gonna go more Frank Miller-ish than we're going Christopher Nolan. Also, the showrunners, one of them, Bruno Heller, admitted he never read a Batman comic or watched the '66 show or anything like that. He said the other guy, Danny Cannon, was. The other guy, Danny Cannon, was. He said he was a Batman fan, but he said he did enjoy the Nolan films.
There's no dilly-dallying around the fact that Bullock is like up to his eyeballs in corruption.
No, yeah.
Ben McKenzie actually voiced Batman in Batman Year One, the animated.
He did.
He did a great job in that. That movie is
Brian,
so good.
even Bryan Cranston voiced it, Jim Gordon in Batman Year One.
Yeah. Nothing will ever beat Batman: The Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, that is so.
Oh, The Dark Knight Returns was definitely peak. Was one of the peak Batman animated films.
Whoever made the decision to cast RoboCop as Batman, I hope they had a nice day.
That was an odd choice. That was an odd choice when I was like, "Oh wait, this is the guy who voiced RoboCop."
But then I saw him like, you know what? It works.
I want you to remember this day.
I want you to remember to stay out of my way.
Oh, I need to buy that DLC. I forgot that they're coming out with a RoboCop DLC for the game, where it's like Alex Murphy before he becomes RoboCop.
I didn't like the part when he's becoming a little bit of a father figure to Bruce.
You did?
I did like that part.
I do, because it's like he needs a father figure, like he kind of needs.
Because Alfred was always more of a father figure to him when he raised him after his parents died.
Yeah, but I will say in this show, like Alfred is more or less like his,
like the uncle, kind of like the uncle
yeah,
figure
uncle,
or something.
Yeah, like I would say it's more like Obi-Wan and Anakin situation more than it is a Qui-Gon and Anakin.
Hello there.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't see him as his.
I thought the casting was great for the show. I mean, I had some problems with it, but I think the casting had no issue with it.
He was in Event Horizon, the guy who plays Alfred.
I think I may have brought this up with you guys maybe offline, but I'll ask it again. What are your thoughts on the theory that Alfred is secretly Bruce's dad?
I think it's not a true theory. There's no.
I don't buy in that theory. That would be like a slap to the face.
I do think in certain interpretations, Alfred does love Bruce like a son.
Yeah, he treated him like a son. He raised him after his parents were murdered, so he had to raise him and teach him how to fight.
Show Alfred does love Bruce. Alfred does love Bruce
because he was always more of a. Because he was always the one raising him more than than Bruce's parents.
I don't think I've ever seen one where Alfred's basically a dick. I think the only time I've ever seen Alfred basically kind of be a dick to Bruce is the Batman movie that Matt Reeves made. Where he's kind of
Alfred's always been a snarky. He's always been talking smack. Even Batman Begins, he's been talking smack to Bruce.
But yeah, I mean, I would say Alfred at least in Batman Begins, and every other movie he loved Bruce. And this one, and I feel like in the Matt Reeves one, he's kind of like, "Boy, mate, we're buddies. We're not friends. We're not father son." Like I'm like, he's basically almost the same age as Alfred. Remember Montoya, that character?
Major Crime Unit.
Remember,
in case anyone's confused about MCU, we're not talking about the Marvel Universe. We're talking about that there's another cop in fucking unit.
They reference
Major Crime Unit.
They reference Major Crimes Unit in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, they did. Well, because it's part of the Gotham. It's part of the comics.
You know the character Montoya appeared in Birds of Prey. She was the cop that's been after Black Mask the whole movie. The one that teams up with Harley Quinn and them at the end. The one that has the shirt that says like that. I scratch my balls. You know what I'm talking about? Birds of Prey movie.
Oh, yeah, that movie.
Yeah, that's the character Montoya right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly, in the show, when I've seen her in several episodes, I was really annoyed by her character. I really did. I wasn't not a fan of the character, to be honest with you.
I don't really know if there's any character that really says, you know who my favorite Batman character is? Montoya.
This had to be taking place in the early 2000s or late 90s in the timeline for this show.
Well, they said it's in a fantasy world. That's why I said that's why it has like the Tim Burton.
Because there's no like flat screens or smartphones in this show.
Yeah, they say everything. He said looks like 1960s, but like everything has that futuristic.
I think they were trying to make it look like the 90s, or like 90s and early 2000s or something.
Yeah, but they said it's its own world. You know.
I like how, like, they established that Jim like just knows that Bullock is on the take and he just can't do anything about it.
Oh, nobody likes Jim Gordon. Nobody likes him because they said he's not with the program.
Because he's a rookie and he's a new guy in the block and he doesn't follow by their rules.
And the rules is the police don't run the city.
He's basically the Boy Scout of the Gotham PD.
Nobody, yeah, everybody. It's like it's like Gotham and Batman Begins. The police don't work for the police. I like how Harvey's like an asshole to him when he was trying to he tells him I don't want to be his partner, and she's like, you got it. And then so
you have no choice. Gotta love a montage, huh?
Interrogation montage.
Do you know who directed this? Who he's one of the showrunners. He's the second showrunner. He directed the pilot. And he directs several episodes this season. Is Danny Cannon, who directed the original Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd movie.
Okay, why do I get the distinct feeling that this guy here is going to be the Riddler?
What gave it away? When he's throwing a bunch of riddles.
And his
He
name is
kinda
Nicholas.
looks- He kind of looks like Nicholas Holt. You think about it, like really look at it. I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just saying.
It just seems like this character's being too on the nose. Like they're trying to spell it out to the viewers that he's the Riddler.
I will say I do like his character more in the later seasons because when he starts to really embrace the idea of the Riddler, I am Fish Mooney.
The CGI rain, or no, wait, that's actual rain. My bad.
Maybe
You
in the
know-
citywide shots, some of the buildings are CG.
Do you know that Jada Pinkett Smith said for her audition, she brought a man wearing nothing but a dog collar and a thong to our audition with a chain wrapped around him to prove that she's good to be Fish Mooney.
Collins, keep your jokes about slapping to yourself.
It just sounded so ADR with her dialogue.
Something she says to Will Smith every night.
She might have put a spell in that motherfucker too.
Oh man, I could have made a slap joke like that.
This is the first actor that was actually a skinny version of Penguin.
I was so mad too because I'm like, they could have cast a fat person. Like, why do they always got to make him like
Well,
They couldn't
just
cast an
starting
overweight
out.
actor.
yeah?
He's just starting out. He could put weight on. You don't know.
But I will say this though, I was kind of bummed that he was cast as Penguin, but then once I saw his performance, I'm like, he's actually really good as the Penguin. To be fair, Tall Tale Batman, when they made the Tall Tale games, Penguin's a skinny guy as well.
The red edges, like the red frosted tips. That's a choice.
Nice streaks.
I remember the show was describing this character, Fish Mooney. She's dangerous, she's evil, she's sexy, and I'm just thinking I only one of those. Yes, I can see sexy, but I don't think about dangerous or evil when that comes to mind.
This character actor playing Butch, I've seen him in tons of stuff before. I don't know his name.
Shit. He was in he was in a couple of things.
I love how even the guy getting his just his face Bastion's like the Orange Cassidy thumbs up. I love it.
I don't even think that's even his apartment. I think that must be his girlfriend's apartment that they're sharing.
It's got
No. It's Barbara. It's Barbara's apartment.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's her apartment.
Yeah. He's just he lives with his girlfriend Barbara.
Yeah, because that would have been, because if that was his, that would be so fucking weird. On a cop's salary can afford an apartment like that.
Yeah. No, her family
Wait.
is rich.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is like Jim's daughter's name is Barbara, correct?
Yes.
That's right.
His wife is also named Barbara.
Yes.
He probably named her daughter after her mom,
I
after
can't
the mother.
spoil it, but everything will be explained as the series goes on. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna let her
I
ride.
don't want to spoil nothing, but everything will be explained. I didn't even know this actress was British in real life. She said when she was doing press for the show, she's like, "Oi, I could not believe I'm doing the show called Gotham." I'm not gonna lie though, to live with your hot ass girlfriend, you live in a nice place like that, which is basically a clock tower. That is all. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool place to live. I'm just saying, like your life is made. Now, if he'd only just get with the program, that's the only thing. He would have the best life ever, but he doesn't want to get with the program because he believes in justice.
Justice.
That is not a real name. Mario Pepper?
That's like a made up name.
Mario.
Me, if you can find the clip from Spider-Man No Way Home, put the one where Peter Parker's like, "No, what's your actual name?"
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
Also, couldn't you tell that this guy was not on the up and up from the obvious black eye his wife had? Like, come on.
Can you be so fucking obvious?
Also, this guy's fat, so you could probably catch him easily.
He's a fat boy.
He's fat!
So
Hey,
fat.
badass!
Remember that scene from the internship where that British guy is just insulting the fat guy? He goes, "He says, stop looking at the pizza, okay? You're so fat. So fat."
I have not seen the internship.
Oh, there's a running gag where there's this
Ooh.
British guy, he's just abusing the fat guy because he's
The
fat.
the POV running shots. I love it.
And the little girl that we met up with, that's supposed to be Poison Ivy, the little
Poison
girl.
Ivy, yeah.
Her name is literally Ivy.
But what they do with her in the later season makes her the best Poison Ivy. out of all
Even
time.
Batman and Robin had like the good sense to change her name to Pamela Isley.
Just wait, Ryan. Wait. That's all I'm gonna say is wait.
No, we're
Okay.
making fun of the name.
Okay. I'm just gonna say like I'm not gonna say you're gonna get your wish, but I'm just saying patience is a virtue.
You kept the pearls in the cocaine bag.
There are better places to hide that, right?
First of all, this
Oh, no.
can't be. Doesn't it feel too easy for you?
Yeah, this all just feels a little bit too contrived.
Yeah, we caught the Bruce Wayne's parents' murder. As if.
Those are some very nice sunglasses. I would like a pair of those.
I do like. When I imagine Gotham City, I imagine this is how Gotham City should look. A like trashy place that looks like it's something out of like the 60s to 50s era, but like trash.
I kind of like what Matt Reeves did with the Gotham. I thought that was done a little bit, especially the Penguin series.
I mean, yeah, well, it's kind of like the only difference is that it's more future. It's more like modern, you know.
That's besides the point.
The Penguin's an informant for the MCU. He's telling Iron Man all their secrets.
No.
DC secrets.
The Penguin's always like 4 or 5 steps ahead, so there's always a long game to this.
He's an opportunist.
That's why one thing I like about the Penguin is like if he does something in the show, it's for a purpose.
Also, I'm fairly certain the mayor of Gotham that we just saw there has been in so many things too. I just can't.
Spin
place
City,
him.
remember Spin City?
That's one, yes.
He used to be George Clooney's roommate. You know that?
I did not.
Yeah, him and George Clooney shared a roommate together, and then George Clooney pulled the ultimate prank on him. See, he would clean out because in the bathroom they would have a cat litter box, and he would clean out the poop every day, and so he thought his cat wasn't shitting. So then, basically, he gives his cat medicine to shit, and so George Clooney then cleans it out and then takes a giant shit in a litter box, and basically when he comes in, he goes, "Oh my god!"
Something tells me you're trying to move in.
This is what really loses me. I fucking hate this character. She's annoying as shit. Trying to find excuses dependent on Jim Gordon because of the jealousy, because they had their
found
history.
a love triangle storyline they could play out.
Yeah, that really pissed.
Oh my
that
God,
love
we
triangle
can't-
pissed me off. I fucking
We
hated
can't
that shit.
escape the love triangles, guys. We can't.
We need to add the love triangle. To
It's like,
add
is that a
drama.
TV mandate or something? Is there a TV mandate in writing? Like, you have to have a love triangle somewhere. It's like, really?
I was like, ugh.
Like Game of Thrones, there wasn't a love. Well, to be fair, there was. It was
I mean, I
disgusting.
haven't seen that show, but from what I gather, there's like love octagons.
On the next podcast, Throne Talk.
Well, I was talking to my colleague at work, Ashley, and she was like, I should definitely do Game of Thrones. So I've got one.
You know what? Oh, fine. Throne Talk is next. All right, there. You pulled our.
Well, but also I have a comment from a subscriber saying we should do Supernatural next, which we've been kicking that can down.
Boy,
the
I've
road.
been telling you guys we should do that.
I mean, look, whatever. Look, let me know whatever, and we'll do that. Okay. Well, you know what we could do? We could get like a piece of paper and throw it in the bucket. Let Ryan shake the bucket up and then pull it out.
I'll put them all on a wheel and like one of those big old Wheel of Fortune style wheels and
She just doesn't like him. She just doesn't like him because
Yeah,
she doesn't
because she's
like
an
him.
ass. She's an asshole.
She doesn't like him because he's like, hey, you know what? Barbara's my ex-girlfriend, and now you're sleeping.
That was my girl.
It's like literally, it's like just the bullshit love like triangle.
Yeah.
Hey, Ezra Carr, how you doing?
What up, man?
Are you a big fan of Gotham?
Is it your favorite show of all time? Because it's definitely Jake's.
I will say this: I like the later seasons. Like
No,
those
I'm messing with you, dude.
like season 4 of Gotham is one of the best series. It'd be out of all the Arrow shows that year that came out. Season 4 of Gotham was the best show because it did everything right on paper.
That somebody is Bullock, Gordon. Come on, put 2 and 2 together here.
He's so obvious. He doesn't like. They don't do a good job of hiding the fact that he is corrupt.
I've only watched 3 seasons of Gotham. Well, I've only watched like half of one. So
I think I've only watched like 7 or 10 episodes of the show when it was on Fox for the first season, and I just couldn't finish the rest of it.
I watched all the seasons, and I think 2 is my favorite.
Ooh.
2 and 4 are 2 of my favorite. I think 4 is better than 2, but like because they do so much in 4 that's like, oh my god! Like every week is just something incredible. Like they do so many villains in season 4, where you're just like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like I'm not gonna say, but if there's a villain you want on the show, you're probably gonna get your wish.
Don't they just overstuffed on so many villains as it is in the
Well, no,
show?
they don't just throw a bunch of villains. They actually do storylines.
They throw a bunch of them in the show.
Like they don't have like one episode where it's
They
like
have constant storyline from story B, story A, story C.
I got them on DVD. Just go. You can go on Max and watch it.
Yeah, if you have HBO Max, just go to HBO Max. You can go to the complete series. They have it on there.
Yeah, you could literally start from
Didn't
season
they
1 on.
released a box set by this point?
They did. I have the box set. of Gotham.
I think they've already released the complete series on Blu-ray and DVD.
Yeah, it was released around the time Batman 50 was.
Yeah, if you want to watch the series and not having to pay, you can just go and stream it on HBO Max.
Yeah, the final season of Gotham was airing it was airing before 2 weeks before Joker came out, I think.
Yeah, probably.
The first Joker movie.
At the time, I had no idea that Jada Pinkett Smith was going to be in a show because I don't know if she's been on any shows before.
Yeah, because I'm like, you're like, that's a big get.
I was like, wait, what? She's going to be on a network show?
Yeah, we watched Smallville. We did a whole podcast for like 10 seasons.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you want to watch our podcast, you can go to Ryan's channel, or like I have my channel and I have the playlist that I organize for all 10 seasons so that you can get caught up on those.
I have not added that to my playlist yet, so it's still not on my channel, but I will put them up eventually. We still need to upload all the episodes of Spotify or whatever we have the podcast. Still got.
I think he stopped doing it after season 3, I believe, and stopped uploading the podcast on Spotify.
Which we're gonna have to do eventually. Once we get a week for Gotham, Brian's gonna have to do a best of season 8 or season 7.
No, I've got several best ofs that I need to do just to complete the series within the series, I guess.
The one weird thing, there's a curse when it comes to Batman on TV, is with Superman on TV always does well, but Batman on TV always struggles. But yet,
to be fair, they're not putting Batman on TV. I mean, right now Batman is not existing in this show. We're now just seeing the transition of him as Bruce Wayne to Batman. And they were never going to put him in the live action show because he's too much valuable in the movies. But for Superman's not as valuable as much as from Batman is, because Batman is up there much more than Superman, and that's why Superman has been always on a television show.
And they go in that direction in the later seasons. Like start to go.
Why do I get the distinct feeling that Jim is currently tied up in a place where Dexter might take care of someone?
This reminds me of Blade. Don't you guys remind me of Blade? Remember at the beginning of Blade, right there at the night?
Yeah.
Which
I'll be trying to start watching your guys' podcast sometime this week. Well, thank you, Ezra. That's very kind.
Really appreciate the support. I mean, it sucks that we ended it because we've done it for like nearly 2 years.
Oh, but don't worry. If they ever do that Smallville animated series, we will be back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If they ever do an animated series, I agree. We'll definitely continue on.
I still think we should have did one more episode.
Ezra, Natural Talk is definitely on the to-do list for some.
Yeah, I literally been trying to get them to do it too. Believe me.
Which, you know what? That's next. Okay, we're going to do it next. And we will be doing it for 5 years. And then
we might as well just set it in stone now.
Watch. The second we start it, then one of us dies, and it never happens. We were gonna do Natural Talk, but then one of us died.
I could create another channel that I can still keep my Google account, and that way we can create a new channel for the Rewatch podcast.
I still think we need to call ourselves the Smaller Guys.
That's what she said.
They have literally one group called Smosh. Okay, Smaller Guys ain't that bad. Smaller.
We gotta. It has to be cool. It just sounds lame. It just sounds like the little people who have their own podcast.
Or it sounds like guys with micro dicks. Smaller guys.
You might as well just have the Wee Man's YouTube channel. The rest of the smaller guys. Like, what the fuck?
Like Oz is just like such a brown nose. Like in this moment, like rubbing.
So you're like a son of me. You're practically the same age. I mean, I don't know how old they are between the two.
These two can barely shut up about it in our group chat for like 20 minutes.
One of us more than the other.
If you've been watching us for years, you know we were very excited for Superman. We've been hyping that up a lot, and we've been doing the Road to James Gunn's Superman movie. for reviewing all the theatrical
Which
release.
Returns is coming soon. That's dropping soon.
Oh yeah, Returns will be coming soon. We have a special guest, which we can't say.
I can tell you the video is done, and it will be up like very soon. Like we're talking like within 24 hours. Knock on wood.
Oh. At first, like I was wondering what was going to take you the long to upload it. I assumed that you were going to drop it on the 28th because that's when the day that film came out in theaters for Superman Returns.
That's what I was aiming for, but then
yeah, that's what I was figuring that you were going to do.
Oh, she is just an expert at throwing furniture.
You know, he was in The Walking Dead, like season 4.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, but he hasn't seen the show. He has not seen The Walking Dead.
And he
that's actually his natural hair. It was blonde. It was bleached blonde or something.
Well, thank you for coming, Ezra. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, dude. We really appreciate it, man.
Gotham, I am the one that kind of has persuaded them because I'm like, we did the Superman. We love Smallville so much.
Hey, if you really want this, I'm down. I'll be committed and I'll watch it all the way through. That motivated me to want to watch it all the way through. Because if I do it on my own, there's no way I'm going to be able to finish it on my own.
And I think honestly,
look, it's A24's. It's A24's Jason Voorhees, guys.
He looked like the guy from Shrek.
Number three, my lord.
It's like, yeah, A24 is one thing, but he did look like the dude from Shrek, one of those night dudes. Lord Falk was henchman.
At least Butch is being honest and nice about it. He goes, look, if it was up to me, you guys get a bullet in the head and an easy death, and I would make it quick. But it's not up to me. I'm sorry.
This dude who's Falcone, he has been in so much, and I cannot remember his name.
I don't know. Haven't seen any of his work.
He was in Mystic
At least
River.
I did. I can't remember.
He was in Mystic River, remember?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've only watched it. It's been a while since I watched that movie.
Tim Robbins and molested him.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've watched the film. It's great. Directed by Clint Eastwood. It was a great dark crime thriller.
That is a messed up movie, but it's so
good. It's traumatizing.
Is that my daughter in there? Huh?
Sean Penn just really I think he won that Oscar for that performance.
He did.
That is the guy who controls everything. Falcone.
Yeah, he's the crime lord. That's Carmine Falcone.
But he's not. I like that. This one is not portrayed like he's evil. He is someone who wants us to actually believe. I believe in saving this city. Okay, but sometimes you got to do things evil. You got to do evil things to achieve.
He's got to do outside the law in order to make the city safe.
Like he's someone that's not just a bad guy. He's
not a twirly mustache obvious villain.
He's not like the past Falcons where like, yeah, we're evil.
Well, Tom Wilkinson was a great portrayal of Carmine Falcone. Well, they call him Falcone. Well, that's how they pronounced it in Nolan's Dark Knight movies.
Just like they trade Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, they always do different pronouncing. And also in the comic books, they were actually called the League of Assassins and not the League of Shadows.
Nolan made some changes.
Yeah, because it's an adaptation. It's an Elseworld stories.
All of the Batman villains are really good. I mean, Batman's kind of spoiled. Like Joker, Riddler, Penguin, Mr. Freeze, Poison.
Well, to be fair, yeah, Batman had the best rogues gallery out of all the DC characters.
Batman's archenemy is a villain that wears as a clown that wears paint around his face that causes terror. And then Superman's archenemy is an evil bald guy.
He's an evil billionaire bald dude, very intelligent. But very sadistic.
He's basically Jeff Bezos, This is
he kind of feels like I think from this movie, from James Gunn's Superman movie, I think they're going to portray him more of the version of Oppenheimer. Because he sees Superman as more like the AI. He sees him as a threat to his glory.
And you know why it's on the knife edge? Because you're literally running drugs. You're literally basically committing all these crimes. You own all the cops and everything, and you're literally the problem because people like you are running Gotham. You're letting all the drug dealers and all your crime bosses be rich.
And I will be honest, I brought this up before we started the watch party. When I watched that Gotham trailer, it looked like a fan film. It looked like it could have been done on YouTube. The way that they edited the quality of the trailer, and the quality itself, the trailer did not do the episode justice for the pilot.
Yeah, Ezra, while you're here, the over on Jake's channel, we're going to be doing Batman Terry for The Dark Knight. I think it's not this Friday, but the next Friday, correct me?
Yeah, this week, y'all are busy. Apparently, one of y'all's busy.
Yeah, I'm unavailable this Friday, so it's
for me, I'm not busy on a Friday, but I know that he's busy, so we're going to probably have to do it next Friday for The Dark Knight. But if you want to watch the another Batman Terry, it will be on Jake's channel because we already did Batman Begins.
So Falcone told him the only thing he has to do, kill Penguin. If he doesn't,
well, yeah, they do it. The cops do their dirty work.
I mean,
Carmine Falcone runs the city. He's literally the mayor of Gotham. But even though he's not on paper the mayor, but he actually is the mayor of Gotham.
Well, thank you for stopping by, Ezra. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, we appreciate your being in the chat with us. For that moment, did you really think that he was actually going to shoot him?
No. Like,
because he was staying right there and somehow he was able to fake the shot.
He's already kind of walking like a penguin.
I know. It might be his feet. It might be his feet is so disfigured.
He has an deformity in his feet. That's why he walks like a penguin.
Just like Colin Farrell's Penguin from the Penguin Show. They show his feet is so swollen and disfigured, deformed. So it looks like that they're setting up that there's gonna be a war against other crime lords. Kind of funny he was able to fake that shot when he was like 5 feet away from him.
Like I said, Penguin would have lost his hearing.
Oh, he'll be deaf on his right ear.
I'd rather be deaf than to have a bullet in my head, just saying.
Well, if that's fair. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I got physically abused in the ear. Okay. Wayne!
You want to know what? Do you know that they reuse this? This is actually the same Wayne Manor used in Batman and Robin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I don't remember that's the same. You mean the one? Oh, yeah, in Batman and Robin, because they were in a small set and location.
Yeah, they use this. Yeah, this is the same. He's like...
he's just testing the overcoming his fear.
I do like that about Bruce Wayne. I like they starting to embrace who he is because, the thing is, they've always established.
I mean, technically, he's already Batman the moment his parents were murdered, and it completely
Bruce Wayne died in that alleyway,
and Batman was born. Yeah. And a lot of people always get that backwards all the time. They're thinking that, oh no, when he wakes up, he's Bruce Wayne. No, that's not true. He's always been Batman. With or without the suit, he's always been Batman. Bruce Wayne has always been more of a facade that he puts on the act to blend in. Bruce Wayne
is the persona. Batman.
It's a persona. That's his mask.
I love that line. And that line too.
Yeah, he's talking like that. That's Batman. And I had no idea that Bruce Wayne's character was going to be in as a series regular. I didn't know they were going to make him a regular. I thought he was just going to be used as a guest star.
Well, I mean, when they cast somebody, I mean, they usually intend to keep bringing them back over and over.
Well, usually, but because I thought that their intention was like, we're going to focus on Jim Gordon's character before we see Bruce Wayne become the Batman in present day time as an adult.
You were just hoping that they would make Bruce Wayne a guest star, and that's it.
I mean, I had no idea. I assumed that was going to happen.
You're like, why is Bruce Wayne in this show? Go away, Bruce Wayne.
Oh my God, Selena is such a stalker.
I wanted to watch Batman. Oh, I wanted to watch the Jim Gordon show. I didn't want to watch Batman.
That water must be freezing. And poor Simon Pegg, he has not aged the best. Oh,
First of all, what you're going fishing on a fucking dock? Like, who the fuck goes fishing in near the docks?
I know. I was like,
Like, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with this picture?
That's
you
not a great fishing
boys
spot.
clearly have never been to Daytona Beach, Florida.
Oh, I've been to Daytona many times.
I've
Well,
never been to
you should
Daytona
stop
Beach.
by. You should stop by the Krabby Joe's sometimes when they do reopen, or if they're open now. I gotta check. But yeah, that was fun. That was a good setup for everything.
So, what did you think about this episode?
Well, I liked it. I did like the pilot. I don't think it's perfect, but I still liked it for what they have presented us because I thought the trailer did not do the quality of the episode justice. This was far better than the trailer. And looking back on it now, I did like it. There's a lot of things I appreciate, and there's things I like a little iffy on, but I'm still willing to continue to watch the show.
I do like that it does feel very Batman Year One-ish. Like, which if anyone who's never read Batman Year One, it's mostly Batman's not the focus of it. Jim Gordon is, and it's about him trying to, it's him trying to fix the city, a corrupted city from within because everybody's on like Falcone's payroll and Commissioner Loeb is corrupt and everything else. And so Bruce Wayne is more of a side character in the story and I like that they're going that approach with the show. Although, obviously, Bruce Wayne's not an adult coming back to Gotham. This is like Bruce Wayne as a child. So they're like kind of changing that aspect of it. But this is more or less the same idea though. Although I will say there is no Jim Gordon doesn't get beat up and then go and beat up Butch. What's his name? Whatever. What's the character's name? Flask, Ruben Flask, whatever.
Well, look,
in the Dark Knight, in the Batman Year One, Ruben Flask beats up Jim Gordon, and Jim Gordon just stalks him down, then shows up, beats the hell out of him, and then strips him naked and handcuffs him and leaves him there. He learned that day, though. But yeah, they don't have that in this show though. In this one, I do like though that everybody look, you have to get with the program, or else Falcone will kill you. And I like that. It's like Falcone runs the city. He's the unofficial mayor. He owns the police. He owns like the city. Everybody reports to Falcone. And if it's not, and it's like you got to get with Falcone, or else if you're not with Falcone, you're dead. I like that. And Jim Gordon's trying to he doesn't like that. He's like, no, and it's like the only two people in the city that are like on his side. It feels like is Bruce Wayne and Alfred. So, I like that.
Let's go to scores. Collins 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, Matt.
Yeah, it's a 7. Very solid pilot episode. I like the setup. I did like the setup, even though I was a little turned off by the later episodes, but I'm still willing to keep on watching for the podcast, of course. And hopefully I will try to be a little, but also I'll try to be positive because I was a little bit negative when I watched that show when it was on Fox because I was like, oh, I'm tapping out.
Time heals all wounds and all that, but out of 1 to 10 bat signals, I'm going to give this a 7.5. I'm going to give a little extra for that little bit at the end with little Bruce saying, I'm glad he's still alive. Like, I like that. I like the spirit of that.
I didn't realize, yes, bat signals. That's how many we're giving it. It says Superman's we're going to bats. I'm like, that's,
yeah, well,
we did the shields for small talk at the time.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
if
some
we have done
reason that just doesn't apply to this show.
Yeah, be so right. Why are the Superman symbols there? Why are the Superman symbols? But yeah, I do agree. I think this is great. Yeah. And so next week we're doing episode 2, 3, and 4, which is
and so in case you all are new around here, like Ezra, we do a watch along for the first and last episode of the season. Sometimes a special episode, like we did one for episode 100 and 200 of Smallville. I don't think Gotham ever got quite that far. I could be wrong, but we at least do watch parties for the season premiere and the season finale. And then everything in between, we do 3 episodes of the season. So 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, then 8, 9, 10, so on and so forth.
But also, it's a shorter for the series because this is
Yeah,
not
there's
like a
5
10.
seasons.
This is not like a 10-season show. This is like went on for like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I think how many episodes this is. Hold on, I'm looking.
Well, I think it had like 23 episodes for each season, and I think that there are 10 episodes for the final season.
Yeah, let me look. I'm looking. Hold on, episode count. There are 100 episodes total.
Oh. I like the symmetry of that.
Well, I mean, there are some shows that do that, like Nip Tuck did that, where they had 100 episodes total. I like that aspect. That means you get like 100 seasons. Yeah, and also, you know that Disney Channel, by the way, used to not do 100 episodes because they never wanted syndication because then they'd have to pay the actors. So Disney only had a rule they would run a show for 3 seasons, and then they would afterwards cancel the show. That's why even Stevens only has 3 seasons, and Lizzie McGuire and stuff like that. And so, and that's why they always do that show. That's why they always do like a movie if they want to wrap something up because they don't want to pay the actors more money. I think they went past it with Hannah Montana and That's So Raven were the first. I think That's So Raven was the first show to actually go past 3 seasons because it was so popular. And I'm just thinking, that's really shady, really. It's like, okay, you're only going to get
well, here's the thing, Disney gets cheap. They don't want to pay the actors after season 3 or 4.
Pennywise, foolish and all of that.
They've done 22 episodes for season 1 through 4 of Gotham, and then the final season, which is the 5th, will have like 12 episodes.
Not 13, which is stupid. Usually shows have 13 to 12, yeah.
Most shows these days, they don't do 23 as
Game
much
of
as they
Thrones
used
did 10
to.
episodes a season.
And also the runtime was a lot longer, like an hour and a half for some of the episodes, mostly the first and last. Or the last 2, or mostly like the last 2.
Yeah.
Because they usually always do a spectacle in the second to the last episode.
Yeah, like I think episode wasn't in season 8. Episode like 3 was like 2 hours.
Yeah, nearly.
So I was like, yeah. So it's like, yeah, Game of Thrones, like, yeah, we only had 6 episodes for the final, but like each episode was like 2 hours apiece. So it's like, really, you're still getting your money's worth. But with Gotham, I really do like. Which I do really like that this show does show you. Like, I mean, I would have been bummed. I mean, would you have been bummed if you didn't see Bruce Wayne at all in the show? If it would just been about Jim Gordon, they're like, in the show,
yeah.
Going, oh, I got to go find a murder. I got to go solve a murder from a guy named Wayne. I think that would have been so disappointing. And I feel like to start off with like the Wayne murder, that shows you where the show's going.
Well, this was more of an Elseworld story because in comic book wise, he doesn't have that much connection with Bruce Wayne in mostly comics until he teams up with Batman when he actually becomes Batman in his adulthood. And they wanted to do something different in the Gotham show where they want to keep Bruce Wayne more present and treat this version of Jim Gordon as more of the father figure to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. They do a lot of Elseworld stuff in the show. Like they do some. There's one thing I don't like because they give somebody a last name of something. I'm not gonna say which character, but his name is they instead of going by his comic book accurate name, which they do say it on paper, but then they make a joke about the name. And they're like, oh, it's this, and I'm like, okay, come on, really? Like it's like, but it's a good show. I like what's coming.
Well, I've passed it off to all of you. What did you think of this episode? Let us know in the comments if you're watching the edited version. We would greatly appreciate it. It's a privilege to do small talk with these guys, but now it's a privilege to do Talking Gotham with these guys every single week. Collins, tell the people where they can find you.
Gotham. They can find me at 3D Movie Cinema on YouTube, where I just dropped my review. Was for, what was it, 28 Days Later. And then, of course, 28 weeks later will be Friday. And then I'm working on another review for another project that I'm just really excited to talk about. I can't wait to talk about it yet. It's something that I'm working on to get the edit right for it. But other than that, I'm a small talk every Wednesday. we're working on our road to finishing up the road to James Gunn's Superman.
Wait, you
and-
said small. You said small talk. We're not. We're done with that show.
Shit, that's so hard to get out.
It's a force of habit because we're so used to it. Because we were so used to saying, "Hey, we do small talk every Thursdays." Blah blah blah.
Goth talk every
Goth
Tuesday.
talk.
Goth talk every. So I'm on the outside. No. I will say no. Talking Gotham every Tuesday, and then afterwards, and then of course Batman Terry. In 2 weeks we'll be covering the Dark Knight, and we're starting another. I believe aren't we doing the other one in 2 weeks? The other Road 2, that movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The other one. Yeah, I'm saying because there's like 4 or 5 of those movies. So it's not a lot. There's 4 of them.
Well, Matt, where can the people find you?
You can find my YouTube channel at MattY92. I just dropped my trailer reaction for the new Naked Gun movie, and I'm almost at 2,000 views for that final trailer of James Gunn's Superman movie with the trailer reaction I did recently. You can check out my reviews of Predator Killer of Killers, Ballerina from the John Wick spinoff, and I will be dropping my review for 28 Days Later, and I will drop my review for the new romantic drama with the A24 movie called Materialist. I will be seeing How to Train Your Dragon this week, and I will drop my review late, probably maybe by Thursday, depends. But yeah, definitely go and check that out. And I'm excited to continue on with the road to James Gunn's Superman.
Well, all the links will be down below. Go give him a subscribe. As far as this channel goes, the Kaczynski Project rolls on with my review of Only the Brave. That'll be forthcoming. Superman Returns is finally done, and it will be going up. I plan on going up within about 24 hours or so. It will not be long. I just have to not download it, but just render it and make sure it's peak, which it is, but just have to tie it all together, which is almost done. It's almost there. I appreciate everyone's patience on that. And then more reviews coming soon. Road to a Certain Ugly Creature is coming soon.
Fuck you. Okay, I know what you're referring to. Fuck you. It's like
And
asshole.
I wasn't talking about you.
Oh, fuck you too.
And for Jacob Collins, from Matt Wyatt, my name is Ryan Cam. Be safe on the streets of Gotham. Streets are not safe out there, but I'll come up with something more jazzier. But you all have a good night.